back here. I will be back here. And I will be back with another vengeance.
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We'll get over this. We'll be fired up for next year.
Garoppolo has time, stands in, going deep, going for it all, and it's caught for the touchdown! On fourth down, Deebo Samuel for 6. Garoppolo's got all day. He's going to launch it deep down the field, going for it all, and getting it! Emmanuel Sanders, not touched, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he scores! 75-yard bomb from Jimmy Garoppolo to Emmanuel Sanders. Wilson, pressure off the edge, releases it, and it is intercepted by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw now on the return. As he's still on his feet with blockers in front, Dre Greenlaw down the sideline. Can you believe this?
Looks like football, baby.
Pass is caught. Kittle breaks one tackle. Another. Wow, what a touchdown for George Kittle. Goff throws and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner. Fred Warner for the touchdown. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Bosa. Nick Bosa. Can't bring him down till he gets to the 8-yard line. Wow.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32-yard.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody.
I'm a pumpy cut forever.
Feels great, baby.
What's up, you gold-blooded, grimy motherfuckers? Everybody's probably sucking Jimmy G's dick now. Getting a reach around from fucking CMC. Yeah. Well, that's good. It's nice when things are nice. Welcome to the Gold-Blooded Podcast. I am Joey I. am joined by Rob. Curran is somewhere. It's Thursday. I had some issues, so we're here. Just be fucking grateful. Because I may not make it the whole season. I might die at any moment. I gotta tell you, I got road raged so hard on the way up here. Like, I don't even...
Someone was raging against you?
Yes. So, I was traveling at about 75 miles an hour in the fast... It was a 2-lane highway. 75, and I was passing cars quickly, but there was traffic. So, there was like a fair amount of traffic. I would say moderate traffic. A car came up on me and was in my asshole so close I could not see his lights anymore. He was there. Like, so, but again, I couldn't even get over if I wanted to because there was not a wall of cars, but there was traffic. So I wasn't going to give this guy the satisfaction of putting my blinker on and letting him recognize that I recognized him because he was being such a cocksucker about it. So then I brake checked him a little bit just to get him off my ass. Then I definitely made a big debacle getting over. I made a whole fucking scene about it, moving from the fast lane to the slower lane, and at which point I did give him the finger. But he pulled up next to me and raged for so long and so hard. It was a lot of wasted energy, I gotta say, for not doing shit. I would have kept slowing down and got off right there. I would have stabbed him right on the highway. Let me tell you where there was a stabbing, Bob. In fucking Los Angeles. The 49ers kicked the piss sticks out of the Rams. I must say, before we get into this, I was nervous in the first quarter. It wasn't a great look in the first quarter. They were down. If you go to the deal there, I think it's team stats maybe. Or no, this is the end of the first quarter. You're down 7-0. Going into halftime, even though we're down by 4, I know we're getting the ball. Here's why I don't feel great. Because the defense had yet to stop them at that point. Every time they had the ball, they got it done. One way or the other. Oh, I guess they did have a punt right off the rip. But other than that. So then, but then did they hit on all cylinders? And what I want to bring to your attention is even though Matterson hit the score prediction, he was only off by 2 points, and he fucking undercut me. Fuck. I did say historic things were going to happen, did I not?
Yep.
And historic shit happened, right?
Yep. 2
historic things, in my opinion. Christian McCaffrey, throwing, catching, running, and Jimmy G's completion percentage. 5th highest all time, 49er. So, I've started it. They're going to finish it. What do you have to say? You're awfully fucking quiet here.
I'm just soaking in. What did you say? Grimy, gold-blooded, grimy somethings. That's a first. After this many episodes, I was not expecting a new moniker for the fans. I like that. That made me happy. I like that you're staying fresh. I'm thinking through the road rage story still, and it feels like all he did was not all he did. It's obviously an offense to be tailgating you.
Also hiding me.
Okay, all right. I missed that part.
I didn't say it. I forgot to tell you.
Because it felt to me like he didn't do anything rageful until after you flipped him off, brake checked him, made a scene switching lanes.
No, he was in my asshole. I couldn't even get over. Like, I tried to at one point, and I couldn't, or I would have put another car at risk. And then he was high-beaming me. Like, where did he want me to fucking go? Yep. And on top of that, I was passing cars as well. It's not like I was going fucking 35. Okay. He was a complete cocksucker.
I agree.
Fuck him. Why? I just don't understand where he wanted me to go.
I agree. But I didn't know about the high beaming. I thought, from third party standpoint, it seemed like you escalated, and then he lost it.
Once I was high beamed, I was going to get over a little more respectfully had I not been high beamed. Once he high beamed me, I said, "Fuck this."
Fair.
And then, like I said, I was a cocksucker getting over. I was a real cocksucker about it.
This game is one of those ones where it's like, he threw the pick to Ramsey. He's just an idiot, can't catch it.
Right. I don't want to forget about that. That's crazy.
It's a pick. And
it
was a weird play. Ramsey, broke off his route. It was a whole thing. But that's a pick. He threw it. He just didn't catch it. In the same way he threw a deep pass to whichever tight end dropped it last week.
Right.
These are the things that happen in a football game that nobody, you read the stat line and you go, Jimmy G had a perfect day. Well, it wasn't, but it was good enough, and the team played complimentary football. And this is also a game that proves, there's so much luck involved in the game of football because Christian McCaffrey fumbled.
Yes.
Hard.
Yes.
Ugly fumble.
And
it just happened to land directly in Ray McLeod's hands while he's laying on the ground perfectly and saved the drive, saved the turnover, saved everything. And nobody's talking about it because it didn't go to the other team. But it could have. It could have swung momentum. It could have changed everything.
Different thing. And the same, one more play, their tight end dropped
100%.
Why? That might have changed the game because we had just, I think that was when it was 17-14 or 24-14. They could have came back at that point.
For sure. Stafford missed a wide open cup, overthrew him. Yeah. That was another 25-yard chunk play. So if all 4 of those plays we just talked about, the turnover, the fumble, the turnover, the interception, the deep pass to Higbee, and the pass to Kupp, if all those land the other way, we might not win this game.
This could be a different thing.
And that's what people need to think about when we lose 14-10 and it's a fucking full-blown meltdown. It's the same shit. You need a little bit of luck. You need a lot of skill. You need to play well. And you need some things to just fall your way. If you play good football, good things happen is the hope. It doesn't always work out that way. But like with Ray McLeod, he was in that position on the ground because he had thrown out a great block on the play.
Right.
So if he hadn't done so well on the block, he wouldn't have been laying there to catch the ball. But I'm sure that happens the other way where if...
It's kind of like the old Harbaugh adage, football players make football plays and put themselves in position to be there type of thing, I guess what frustrates me, Bob, is, and I know it's insane hearing these words from me considering how completely off the consistency chart I typically am, but there are actual 49er fans. Okay, so one thing this podcast has brought me, we have an Instagram account. It's got 15,000 followers, whatever it is. And I have just silently found people who are also 49er fans that I follow from all walks of life. Not people that listen to this podcast, just people that somehow I saw their name. It interests me, men, women, all sorts of different people. And this is just one fan specifically, but I know he's not the only one. And he said something about good win for my Niners this week. Still can't trust Jimmy G. He's doo-doo. And it's really? What fucking better option as a backup quarterback did you even see this year?
And what other quarterbacks in the league have played in a Super Bowl and an NFC championship in the last 4 years?
It's fucking crazy.
There's a couple, but there ain't a lot.
It's crazy talk is what it is. Well,
I agree. Now, I'm going to get to the good news now. I like to reel it in a little with the facts of the lucky falls and the things that happened well. But when things go well, that's what can happen with this team. And if you go to the drive summary starting in the third quarter, we punted coming out of halftime. After that, they punted. We scored a touchdown. They punted. We scored a touchdown. They punted. We scored a touchdown. They punted. Right. That's how you run away with a football game.
Whatever the defense did at halftime, those adjustments need to be made all the fucking time. Did you watch, how the 49ers put out those little recap videos? Mm-hmm. Did you watch it this week? Mm-mm. Can I give you a little?
Of course.
I don't want to ruin it for you, but D'Amico Ryans? Correct?
Yep.
D'Amico, apparently. He was screaming in two players' faces to have more fun. And two defensive players. It was after they were winning 17-14 or 24-14. But he's like, you having fun? I don't think you're having enough fun. You need to be having more fun. And it made me really like him. I don't know why, but that made me enjoy him.
Well, he's the one that made the changes to the defense. So
I agree, but there's been other weeks where those changes don't ever happen.
Yeah, of course.
The Chiefs.
Yeah.
We never figured out how to stop them.
So in the first half, they were having luck. They were having success with the screen game, which is what the Chiefs did to us.
Right.
Our defense plays a lot of zone. I'm sure you've heard every announcer say bend but don't break, blah, blah, blah. No. Basically, you're staying behind the receiver, so if they do make a catch, they're not breaking off a touchdown.
Right.
They're getting 10, 12, 8, 6, whatever in a chunk. In a zone, that's available to you. The problem with the zone is you play back off of those receivers, so when you throw a screen, they have time to set up their blocks and be ready for it.
Yeah, for sure.
The counter to that is playing man-to-man, which we did a lot more in the second half, which we don't do a lot of, but we did it in this game because of what they were trying to do, and it worked out really well.
You just got to have the personnel for it.
Well, it was a lot easier to play man-to-man when Emmanuel Mosley was healthy.
Right.
We haven't even gotten Ferret back yet, so we're playing man-to-man with Diamador Lenore out there.
Which he did get hit on one, I think.
And Jimmy Ward's been playing the slot.
Right.
With his broken finger. But when you get the pass rush you need, we brought Fred Warner on a lot of blitz. Fred was rushing the passer a lot this game.
Yeah, he had a sack.
Which he doesn't do often. He does here and there, but he did a lot more.
Well, you got to give a team you play twice a year different looks as well.
Well, they started that by running their screen game that they don't normally do against us. So then we had to counter. But it worked, and Fred had a hell of a game.
Yes.
I don't know if you listened. I'm sure you don't listen to Greg Cosell, But he said that he believes that Fred Warner is hands down the best linebacker in the league, and it's not close.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I was telling.
And that's an NFL Films.
Right.
That's a guy that's not an analyst on the TV, not a fucking.
That's not you and me.
That he's just a film watcher.
That's not Stevie Stats.
He said it's not close. And that now, here's the positive. This running away, these 6 drives in a row with they punting and us scoring a touchdown. That's without Debo.
So I just want to say, so I was going to back this up and say, before we even start the game, let's talk about who didn't play this game. So here's the players that did not dress. Debo, Dre Greenlaw, Kyle Juszczyk, Juwan Jennings, Jason Verrett, and Eric Armstead.
That goes with Elijah Mitchell, Javon Kinlaw.
Right.
Guys that we plan to have back at some point.
So right here, Debo, Verrett, Juszczyk, and Armstead are all nearly Pro Bowl guys, right?
Yeah, starters.
Yeah. Well, Debo, Juszczyk.
Top tier starters.
And, those 2 are Pro Bowlers. Verrett and Armstead are pretty much top tier. And Juwan Jennings gets it done, as does Greenlaw. Elijah Mitchell. So we did all this without the gas to this ship with Debo. The good news is we're supposed to get all those guys back. Elijah Mitchell as well, right?
Yeah, most of them probably. I don't know if we'll get all of them. I have my doubts on Eric Armstead just because we don't keep hearing anything positive, but 2 weeks is a long time to work on stuff.
They get like a full 5 days of no football, so.
And, those guys all don't. Those guys stay and rehab. Okay. They don't play football, but they rehab.
Yeah.
If you're hurt, you don't get to go on vacation for bye week.
Shit.
No, you stay in rehab.
I saw Kittle was hitting the bricks.
That's why John Lynch said it's not a coincidence that after the game there was no injuries to report. He said when the bye week's coming, if you don't play, you stay. So you won't see injuries. And there was 0. Shanahan literally said at the post game, "This is awkward. I don't know what to do. There's no injuries. I'm not used to this."
Yeah. Well,
and Lynch said, "Don't think that's a coincidence that it's bye week."
So speaking of what Lynch said lots of things this week, and he had very complimentary things to say about this man, Jeff Wilson Jr., who we traded. I called it the day we signed CMC. I said to my manager, who is a Dolphins fan, I said, "Well, you'll be getting Jeff Wilson in a trade this week," and I think that's an under. I think we didn't get enough. I felt like a 4th rounder maybe would have been more appropriate, but I guess it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it's hard to sell Jeff Wilson to the NFL because any running back in a Shanahan offense is going to put up numbers.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's hard to push. I mean, he has only been with us. He was undrafted.
True. I guess for an undrafted guy, that's pretty good.
And they know that we don't need him. We'll keep him if we have to, but we don't need him.
And we got the 2 rookies for bodies.
So I think it was pretty easy. He also I don't know how truthful this is. Since they've been here, they haven't gotten caught on any lies that I know of. But Lynch also said that Wilson asked them to send him somewhere where he'll be the feature back.
Well, he's not going to be the feature back in Miami.
They will. They'll use them, the 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they used Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert before they traded Chase Edmonds. That was the Dolphins orchestrated that. They traded Chase Edmonds the same day they traded for Jeff Wilson. Yeah. But they used 2 the same way we do. Mike McDaniel, maybe not the same, but he'll get plenty of play time.
No, I watched a couple of their games.
But with Mitchell back, he wasn't going to get shit.
Yeah.
He's going to play a lot of special teams.
Yeah.
He didn't say to trade me. He said, "You know how much I love it here. I don't know what my role is going to be. I love having this big of a role. So if it's going to happen, I'd love to go somewhere to be a feature back." Now, he did get fucked. He was on a plane going away for the week, and the Dolphins play this week.
Oh.
He had to get off the plane and go to Miami.
That sucks. Well, they haven't had their bye yet, so at least he gets a bye.
He got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
If you remember when we traded for Emmanuel Sanders, he got fucked out of it.
He played 17 games that year, or 18, whatever it was.
17 then.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see CMC with Elijah Mitchell, because him and Jeff had some nice runs once they started worrying about CMC.
As well as Juszczyk.
Yeah.
I mean, as well as Debo at that rate. But,
Yeah.
you know.
And Ross Dwelly played great in place of Juszczyk. He played the Juszczyk role.
Yeah.
And he did really, really great. That catch was great. He got open on that.
Yeah.
Those are all Juszczyk plays that he was playing. And this is why we cross-train our tight ends to be... We can't play without a fullback. So.
I mean, CMC was as advertised, I guess, huh?
Yeah, he's so fast, and he's fast and shifty.
Shifty is...
He doesn't lose speed when he shifts. That's the wild part with him.
Yeah.
Like when Debo makes a cut, it's a big hard cut, and he can break an ankle, but he also will run through the next guy if he doesn't beat him. Where McCaffrey is just so lightning fast, he's gone before they can get arms on him.
And just now that, you know, again, you see what, you know, working with the team for a week, you know what I mean? Like, knows where the holes are, knows where he's supposed to be.
It's so good. He has this huge game, and now he's got 2 weeks to get back in the playbook.
Right. I doubt he'll be going away. You know,
No,
I'm
and
sure he'll be staying there.
Well, he'll go, but he'll study.
Right.
By all accounts, when you hear anybody talk about him, he's also the hardest working guy on the team. Like, he's that guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's that guy that if he does everything perfect, instead of going, thanks, he goes, what else can I do? There's got to be more I can do.
I mean, it's so silly to say, but if they stay healthy for the rest of the season, this thing, they could run away with it.
Yeah, this could get wild.
It could. The writing is on the wall. And, oh my God, Bob, we called it in the preseason. Like, I know where this is going. I know it. I feel it. This is the season of fucking destiny. I
wish you didn't say that, but
I don't give a fuck. It doesn't even matter. We can't stop this train. They are riding his cock all the way to the magic land. Yeah, but I need... can I see the clock? I touch myself when I think about the beast of the week.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What do you think, Bob?
That's a new one, too.
Yeah, it is. I'm just all...
I think it's pretty easy on offense. I was questioning how easy it would be when he fumbled, but after that, there's no... I mean, when you're in the top of all the categories, I mean...
Yeah.
What are we talking? 55... 94, that's...
160, I think. 150, no.
49.
140, yeah, it was just under
70 something.
Okay.
All purpose?
Oh, the all purpose.
Because he threw for 30.
Throwing isn't considered yards from scrimmage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. He's done a lot.
It is a lot.
It's ridiculous. I mean, he's only, the third player in the Super Bowl era?
Yeah.
First one since Tomlinson to do
the,
all three?
The throw was good enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Ayuk was...
The throw was beautiful.
Yeah, Ayuk was...
It was a tight spiral.
Ayuk was money on it. The catch was fucking ridiculous, probably meant for George Kittle, but that's fine too. And the run before the touchdown was the one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's hard not to give it to him.
No, agreed.
And Jimmy G had a great game.
Fuck yeah.
The stat line is great, is better than the game he had because we saw the potential pick, but that's going to happen. Shit happens. It's football. And the good teams get luck as well as be good. So if we're going to beat him up when he throws a pick, it counts as a pick when a receiver tips it and drops it and the cornerback catches it. Then he gets to take credit when the fucking cornerback drops it. It is what it is.
Yep.
And that stat line is, give me that every fucking week.
Yeah, give me
Let's
a
fucking go.
132 rating. Yeah,
Let's go.
You know, again, you're not going to take... He had... Got to take some sacks. You're playing against Aaron fucking Donald. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a sack here and there.
No, sometimes taking a sack's the best answer.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it is. All right. Defensive side of the ball.
It's got to be Fred Warner.
It's got to be. I agree. Oh, they gave Bosa 1.5?
Oh, we'll take that.
Well, I guess we will. But it does have to be Fred Warner, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
12 tackles, a pass defended, 2 quarterback hits,
I think
the split sack.
The only thing this game was missing from the 49ers was a takeaway.
Yeah. To blow them out like that with that one's great.
Yeah, and hats off to... Could you go up a little bit? Where's the returns? Do we have return yards? Where is it? There they are, down. Ray did a fine job this game.
He's got balls of steel with those punts.
Yo, it's crazy.
Every time I'm like, fucking fair
What
catch
are
it,
you
fair
doing,
catch it, and he
you wild
sneaks
fucker?
right at the last second.
Yeah,
and you can see what happens when you don't, because Sammy Womack blew the fuck up that fucking punt returner, Brandon Powell.
Yep.
He blew him the fuck up.
0 yards.
You can literally lose your life on some of those, and he fucking blasted him.
Yeah.
And Ray broke some yards. It was
he had a good. I thought he was going to break one there in the beginning. Maybe it was the first one, the 39-yard one there.
He looked pretty.
Bobby G doing the damn thing again, as always. So we're going to give it
him getting into it with Ramsey is my favorite thing.
Out of everybody, the kicker. We're going to give it to
Fred.
We're going to give it to Fred, yeah. What else? What else, Bob?
I'm going to show you something.
You're going to show me something?
Yeah, I want to show you something.
Show me.
So the pass that Christian McCaffrey threw to, was it Brandon Ayuk he threw it to? Who did he throw it to? BA. Yeah. That pass was in the air for 30 yards.
Yeah.
You want to know how many, what 49ers have thrown 30-plus yards in the air in the past 3 years?
I don't know why you're showing me this, because this is all the people like that guy I follow on Instagram are going to be posting this stat.
It's a funny stat because it's to try to make him look bad, right?
I agree.
So the three guys that have thrown 30-plus yards in the air for the 49ers in the last 3 years are McCaffrey, Trey Lance, and C.J. Beathard.
Beathard.
But the problem with this stat is that it's only happened 3 times in the past 3 years. That's the problem.
Right. Trey Lance just had
it was one time. It wasn't like 6.
Yeah.
It's not like it's 6 for Beathard.
Yeah.
It's one time.
Yep.
But also, the fact that it says 3 means that 4 years ago, Jimmy must have done it, or the stat's not as funny. Right?
Yeah, I probably have to.
It's pointed, and if he hadn't thrown one...
It says it right there. While Garoppolo hasn't thrown a touchdown over the last 3 seasons to travel 30 yards. Back on 2019, he threw a 75-yard touchdown pass that traveled over 50 in the air.
Yeah, so it's to make him look bad.
Josh Dubow, you fucking cunt.
It's to make somebody look bad, you know?
Josh Dubow is a fucking dirty cunt. What do you think about that?
The problem to me is in 3 years, we've only thrown 3 passes that far in the air.
I mean,
that's the problem to me, because the guys are open.
Right. Well, they've dropped a couple.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The problem is a team problem, not a Jimmy G problem.
Right. I mean, I got to believe we saw Trey Lance do it early. I got to believe that Kyle Shanahan's going to give Trey that opportunity. Maybe his arm is strong. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy's been throwing the ball better deep, that's for sure.
I agree. I let Jimmy keep doing whatever the fuck he's doing. I have no beefs with the fucking Garoppolo.
Get him a new porn star. Fire him up. Let's go.
Get him an old porn star.
Let's fucking go.
It don't even matter. Just get him laid. Let me get the particulars out of the way, you twats. This is, motherfuckers, the Gold-Blooded Podcast. If you want to support us, you can go to Patreon. www.patreon.com/Gold-Blooded Podcast. You can leave us ducats over there. We appreciate it. If you, like us, are poor in the financial department, leave us a review. Whatever the app you're using to listen to this, there's got to be a fucking area for reviews. Leave us a review over there. Preferably 5 stars. Twatties. Uncle Twatties.
Puppy twats.
Drop us an email at the it is goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. We read everything. We don't give a fuck. You could leave us a voicemail there, whatever. Don't give a fuck. Ooh, gassy. Ooh. Support the people who support us. Lucky Rose Tattoo in Middlebury, Connecticut. They are the sole sponsor here. They keep the lights on at the Gold-Blooded Podcast. Without them, the party stops. So go there. There is LuckyRoseTattoo.BigCartel.com. There's all sorts of magic you could buy over there. Last but not least, you catch us on Instagram, Gold-Blooded Podcast, one word. Yeah. So Bob, you had an interesting watch this week. You had to delete every sports app from your phone and DVR'd the game for watch 4 hours after kickoff.
Yep.
You started it. I could never do it.
Why?
I don't have the self-discipline. I would need to know what's going on. Especially, like, if you were slammed with work, then that's one thing. But if you were just, like, sitting here, I would not a chance.
I enjoyed it. I didn't have to watch any commercials. I didn't have to wait for halftime. I could pause it whenever I wanted. I loved it. It was great. I wish I could watch every game that way, but I don't have the discipline either.
Right. Yeah.
Like, just shut everything off at kickoff and start like an hour late. Then you'll catch up at some point.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
I don't have that. I couldn't do it.
It was so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Although I say that now that I know that we won, if they lost, it probably would have been way worse.
Yeah, if they were getting blown out.
To like wait through all that and then
you would have been fast forwarding through shit if they were getting blown out.
That's true. But maybe that's better. Get it over with better. Faster if it's negative. Take your time and soak in the glory if it's going well. Get it over quicker if it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something to that.
Maybe you have to do this every week, so you better find that.
I didn't think about that.
I thought I was onto one this week about what glass I drank my orange juice out of during the game.
Oh.
I always use a 49er mug, and I'm like, not today. And I went with like a...
Your orange juice.
Listen, Tropicana Pure Premium. No pulp. With extra calcium. The blue label. God. It's delicious. Used to drink it with vodka, now I just drink it straight up. It's good.
That's not bad.
By the gallon.
It's not bad. I don't know about that, but it's not bad.
It is what it is. What else, Bob? What else? Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Let's go.
We're going to do probably a weird little episode. Next, going to be in and out. And then we're going to attempt to kick field goals this weekend. I don't know how involved I'm going to be, but I'll be there. And that's that. You have anything else to say? I have nothing else to say. Beat the shit out of the Rams. We are now in second place in the division. We are, if the playoffs started today, we'd be in the 7th wild card spot. But I think the team, they want more, and they're going to get more. They're going to get healthy, and everybody knows what's going to happen here. Season of Destiny. Just stroke off saying Season of Destiny. Bye-bye.